Hi friends, and welcome back to Lemon Tree Corner. We have officially passed 500 subscribers. Yay! So as promised, we're gonna make a giveaway bag. So we'll take a look at that. And then I'll also have some clips of the first craft fair for you to watch this week. And then next week will be the travel video. Just need some extra time with all the craft fairs to get all of this in place. But I wanted to get the giveaway bag made and out to you guys so that you can enter. So at the end of this video, we'll be doing a giveaway, or you can just go in the comments right now and type. So anybody who leaves a comment is going to be eligible to win. And then I'm going to do a random number picker on all of the comments. So 1 entry per person. But just go ahead and pop in the comments pretty much anything you want. You can say, ooh, you can tell me what crafts you like to do, what are you into, what good books have you read lately. Just anything you want to write is fine, and you'll be entered into the bag giveaway. So let's take a look at this bag we're going to make. And the winner is the Aloha Tote. So very cute functional tote for anybody to use. So it's a really good one. It's the one I wanted to win. It kind of just snuck in there at 53%. So just got in there. So what we're going to do is there's 3 stripes. So this is the way it's going to be. We're going to have this as the top, this as the bottom, and this as the lining. What I might do is make, now I'm rethinking it. Maybe instead of 3 stripes, because this one doesn't quite jive with the pink. I don't know about those two together. What I might do is do 2/3 out of this and do 1/3 on the bottom out of the pink. And then have this as the handles and the interior. We'll see what we come up with, because this is such a pretty fabric. I hate to just have one short stripe of it. We could do a longer stripe. So that's what we're doing for that. Let me show you my first 2 versions of this bag. So this was my first version of the bag. It's the first bag I ever made with the bag club at the sewing store. So first time using a real Bernina machine, and it's got a magnetic snap. So I got to pick out the fabric. There's pockets on the inside. We did make this out of the decor bond, and it stands up straight, no problem, but it just doesn't have that feel. So I might want to do fusible fleece on this one just to give it that oomph. And then I found that these straps were a little too small. It comes right under the underarm. I guess that's good if you have something heavy in it that you can hold it, but it just seemed like a little too short for me, especially if you're wearing a sweater or something. So for the second one, I made myself a little sewing bag to go shopping with. It's just super cute. So I made the handles longer. So they're longer, but I think they're too long. So if you had something really heavy in here, like books, it's probably too long. So we're gonna go somewhere in between. I also left the magnetic snap out of this. I think I was using this as a choir bag for a while. So it's great for a choir bag, a shopping bag, go to the library, a book bag, a project bag, like anything you want to use it for. So it's very versatile. So that's what we're working on this week. I'm also going to try to get the piggies started early. I have all the fabric. Pre-shrunk and the interfacing attached, so I just need to start cutting those out. But my first priority is the giveaway bag. So by the end of this video, it will be done and ready to mail out. So whoever wins the bag, I will be shipping this to you for free. So since YouTube doesn't give me all the information, when I announce the winner in a short video that'll come out after this, I'll ask for the winner to email me at my business email and provide me with their address so that I can get that sent out in the mail. And as always, those little trolls like to hear the word giveaway and they send you messages or whatever. That's not me. I'm not sending you any messages. The winner will be announced in a short video about a week from now, and that's it. I will ask the winner to email me at my business email address, and everything will come through that business email address. So please don't respond to anybody messaging you on Instagram or anywhere else saying that you won a big prize or something. That's not me. I only deal with my email address. So that's heather@lemontreecorner.com. So if you see something from that, that is the real me. Otherwise, it's not. So please keep yourself safe and don't get scammed. Okay, time to grab a water or a cozy beverage, and let's start making this bag. Okay, we are going to get started with our Aloha Tote. So I have my magnetic snap out, which is the only hardware we need. And then this pattern is just a little confusing. Like, this is nice because she tells you like the 3 stripes, fabric 1, 2, and 3. So that's kind of nice. But then it gets confusing here with these. I usually have to write next to it which fabrics are which. What I want to do instead of having the 3 stripes is I want both the top stripes to be out of this so that these two are touching. I just feel like these two touching doesn't work. Maybe that's just me, I don't know. So we're going to use the orange for the inside and the pink for the outside. Although, now that I look at it, there's more orange in this than pink. I don't know. I feel like the metallic kind of distracts a little bit. We'll do it this way. Okay, so that means that stripe A and B are going to be out of the same fabric, which means I just want to cut one piece and not 2 pieces. I don't want to sew them together. I want it to be a continuous piece. And so that means that we've got a 1/4 of an inch seam allowance. So I'm going to take these 2 measurements, add them together, and then delete a 1/2 inch for the in-between where we would have seamed it together. So that's it, and then everything else is kind of straightforward. I'm going to do the handles. Maybe I'll do the handles out of that just because it won't be touching this at all. We'll see what I have. I'll probably have more fabric, more of this fabric left than this fabric. So whichever one I have more of, I'll do the handles. And did we write down, did past Heather help us out here? And write down what the handle length I did was? Straps. I did 30 instead of 21. I think we're going to split the difference here. I think we are going to do just slightly longer than 21, maybe 24. Where'd that go? Where'd the straps go? Maybe we'll do 26. 24. 24 is probably enough just to give us that extra depth so it's not sitting in your underarm. I do think that the heavier the stuff you have in here, the more likely it's to fall off your shoulder if the straps are too long. So we will do that. And then I'm going to use the fusible fleece. I'm not going to use the decor bond. We are going to use the Peltex for the bottom. So I'm just going to do the fusible fleece for the entire thing. Oh, she wants us to use it in the strap as well. The last strap I did, this is Pink Sand Designs, Pink Sand Beach Designs, makes this bag. It's a really good first beginner bag to make. This is why this was the beginner bag for our class at the sewing store. And yeah, because it doesn't have a lot going on. The magnetic snap is the only difficult part there. She does do a weird thing in the straps where you're gonna iron it, but then you're gonna put a little piece of fusible fleece or decor bond inside the strap. I don't think it needs that. We can always do a little piece of fusible fleece if we want to. I'll see when I get to that how I feel about that. Yeah, but other than that, pretty easy. Oh, and I forgot to show you, when we were on our trip, I was a good girl and I went back to this original shawl that I had been making that I put in timeout because I thought I was going to run out of yarn. So we have got just enough yarn to do this. I had just enough of the variegated yarn to get me, or maybe not enough variegated yarn to get me down to where I needed to be here to match up. But it's only a few rows off. So you'll see I probably had 3 rows more to go and I ran out of yarn. But that's okay. I don't think you're gonna notice it. It's gonna be on the other side of the shawl. So now I'm on to the last bit of the shawl, and then we'll be done with this and we can start on our sweater project. I also have the other shawl to start on, and we have to tear apart the other shawl. So I'll show you that a little bit later, what I'm thinking about for that. And I don't need to tear it apart right now. I'm thinking to get through the craft fairs and then deal with that project. So let's get going. Okay, we are mostly ready to go. So here we have the lining, the outside top, the outside bottom. I tried to get these as even as I could, just because of the way the fabric was cut. So that one's going in a slight slant. This one is better. And then we have the inside pockets. So these are like 2 slip pockets, kind of like a project bag. So we've got this one, and then this is going to get sewn in between. So it's kind of like a topper. So we are going to put some decor bond or Decoville in here on one side, just to keep that stiff and lined up. And then we have our handles. So I'm not going to follow the pattern on this. I'm just going to do the handles like I normally do the handles. I might do a strip of the fusible fleece, but I'm not going to sew it the way that she has written in the pattern. I just don't not liking the way that she has that listed. And I'm also going to skip the decor bond in the outside of the pattern. I'm going to use the fusible fleece instead. I've SF'd 101 to everything, so I think we're good to go. And then I'm going to cut out the fusible fleece for after we sew these together. So we are going to sew these 2 pieces together, top stitch, and then put the fusible fleece on top of the whole thing. So that's usually what we do for the exterior. And then I'm just going to treat my handles. I am going to put a half width piece of probably the Decoville Light in there, since Decor Bond is not liking me lately. And same thing with this. I could do the Decoville Light, but I think the handles could use a little bit of squish. So we'll do the fusible fleece for that. And we're ready to start putting it together. I'm just gonna show you some montages because we have other stuff to do this week, and I've got some footage from the first craft fair to share with you. So we're not gonna go through like the entire bag. Just know that it is pretty easy pattern to follow. Or if you've made enough bags, you can kind of alter it to be whatever you want. Hey friends, so I wanted to jump in here and have a quick crochet chat with you. I just finished up that wonder cardigan we were working on, and I wanted to show it to you and just kind of talk through some of the issues that I'm having and the fact that it's going to be torn apart. So let's take a look at it. So we have the cardigan, and as you know, I ran out of yarn. I did not have enough yarn. So here's what we're looking like. and I'm not liking the color combination. When I put it on, I really don't have enough. Let's see if I can tilt you down here. There's really not enough room to do anything. I have little T-Rex arms. It's not going to come together with me being able to use my arms. It's just constantly going to be slipping off my shoulders, which, oh, it's driving me crazy already, just after 2 seconds. And because I didn't have enough yarn, the way we had to seam up the sides means that nothing matches up, because those stripes aren't the same length. So we're just at the point where I'm done. And the colors don't really flow into one another the way I was expecting. So we get into a point with any crochet project where we're struggling, having difficulty. We can stop and frog at any time. I decided to see this one through just to see what would happen, and it's not working. So I'm going to tear it apart. I got to weigh the pros and the cons of, am I really going to use it? Is it just going to sit here? I'm never going to wear it because it doesn't feel good on me. It doesn't achieve what I wanted, which was pretty much to be able to like button down like a cardigan to wear to work. And it also just doesn't look good. I don't like the way the stripes are going. I don't feel like these colors go together. So basically, I feel like there's two different things going on here. I feel like these colors go together, the green and the dark purple, and then I feel like these colors go together, the other two purples and the tan would kind of go together nicely. So I'm thinking of tearing it apart, separating the skeins into 2 sets of 3, and doing something like a shawl with 3 and 3. I have tons of shawl patterns, so that's not a problem. I've got my cute bag. I don't know why I think of it as a Christmas bag. It really is not a Christmas bag. I am making a fun Halloween scarf. So if you've been here for a while, you know that I've been trying to make a linen stitch, moss stitch, corner to corner thing for a shawl, and just kept running out of yarn. So I've got 3 skeins of this yarn. So what we are going to do is we're going to make a scarf. So this is about 1 skein so far. So it's probably going to take me 2 skeins to make the scarf. I could make a hat, I could make fingerless gloves to go with it. I don't know. You know, the hat's probably a good idea. I did make a hat out of another skein that I thought this would go with, and it does go pretty well, but I've got 3 skeins of this, so I might as well just make a hat with the other skein. So that's been crocheting up like super fast. I've just been working on that at night on the couch. The other one I've been working on is in this large project bag. I had all that leftover yarn from the Christmas blanket we made last year with the kit, and they just send you more yarn than you need for the kit. So I have an assortment of colors left over, so I decided to make a Christmas scarf. So I've made the stripes different lengths depending on how much yarn I had left. So the white and the dark green, I barely had any left. So I'm alternating those, and those are the shortest rows. I've got a ton of reds, so that's the largest row, and then we've got the light pink and the mossy green. So yeah, it's coming along. And I'm doing the Celtic song scarf stitch for that. So I'll link that below for you. That one is like, it's a really nice stitch. It's kind of a chunky yarn, so it's going pretty fast too. I figured I would start it now in anticipation of being able to wear it all December. So that's going super fast. I should easily be able to get that done before December. And yeah, so that's what I've been up to. And I'm gonna just see what we start next. So stay tuned. Watch this space. Okay, so now it's time for the unique part of the bag, the way we're putting together these slip pockets. So what we've got is a little sandwich here. We've got our front fabric, our lining fabric, and then we've got that strip that we folded in half. Let's see if it'll focus there. We folded it in half and we put some Decoville Light on one side. We're kind of sandwiching that in between, and then you'll see what it looks like when we turn it around. So what we're going to do is we're going to sew 1/4 inch down both sides, and then we'll flip it over and iron it and top stitch it. It did shift a little bit, so we'll be cleaning that up, cleaning up both the ends. I believe these were both 1/2 inch over on either side, so we have to worry about that part. So we are gonna kind of grab it, flip it inside out, and then use our chopstick to kind of reinforce those seams before, I just got you there, before we go back. And you'll see it kind of has this top piece here, which is very interesting. And here we go, yay! Snap closes, very pretty. I would kind of like to try this again with the polka dot on the outside. Alright, so let's add all this up. Last time I made it, I was a beginner, so I wanted to redo the time on this with all of my updated skills and time. Let's see how much time that really took. So 4.91, not bad at all. It's almost 5 hours. I will have to look and see what that's close to. I'm assuming it's close to the $46 bag because we've got no hardware except for the snap in here, which reminds me the Ethel bag, which was, I believe that one's 46. So this is going to be about, I would say less than that, but it's the same materials as the Ethel, except for the foam, which doesn't really cost more than the fusible fleece. So I hate to sell a tote bag for that much. This is the question when you get to selling items, how to price items. I was hoping that the tote bags were going to be a lower priced item for me, but given that it's the same construction as everything else I make, maybe not. Okay, so here we go. All done, and done early, so I can start cutting out the piggies. We've also got 2 piggies that didn't have a pull that now have a pull, so I'll make those first because those are pretty much ready to go for the craft fair. So this is always a fun craft fair for me. It's the first craft fair I ever did, and it's in the city I live in, so I take great pride in the Lollipop Lane craft fair. So this is my 4th year doing it. I had a hiatus between when I was selling aromatherapy products and when I pivoted to making bags. So scoping out a different spot for next year, and also debating whether I want to be indoors or outdoors. There's pros and cons to both, so I'm going to take the map from this year and kind of highlight some spaces that I'm interested in for next year. And I also talked to a lady that's part of the Torrance Crafters Guild, so got some more information about that. And definitely going to apply for that for next year and see if we can get in to do the shows. I don't know if I'm going to have enough stuff for the spring craft fair, but definitely want to get that started so I can be in line to do the fall craft fair. And this show went really well. It kind of dropped off midday as far as traffic, but I sold a lot of the larger bags. So, you know, each one of those bags goes a long way to putting profit towards the show. So really good show at the end of the day. Very glad that I pushed through and did it even though it was on my birthday. And my mom stopped by. So not only did my sister's birthday present was helping me at the show because she's the extrovert, and I love having some support there. So that was her birthday present. And then my mom stopped by with some cupcakes. Well, now it's getting windy. So that's the problem with being outside. This show also has indoor spaces. They've got like a whole pavilion in there. Debating with the other salespeople if it's better to do indoor or outdoor. I'm too far away.
To you. Happy birthday, dear Heather. Happy birthday to you.
Aww,
One of them already
thank
blew
you.
out.
Yay! Hey friends, so that's it for this week. Let's take a look at our giveaway bag. So here we have the Aloha Tote, very cute. We've got that reinforced quilted bottom, magnetic snap, and 2 sets of interior slip pockets. So really useful bag, and I can't wait to give it away. So just as a reminder, the contest is open now. Giveaway is open. So just pop a comment down below if you want to be entered in the giveaway. It can be anything. What kind of crafts are you into? Do you have any book recommendations? Something you've read recently that you loved? Or just, hey, like it doesn't matter what you write, just write something in the comments and you will be entered. So I'm going to keep this open until next Saturday, so November 4th. And then I will close it and I will pick a winner with the random number picker. And then we will do a special, just a short video the week after that, announcing the winner. So, yay! Thank you all for getting me past 500 subscribers. We are well above 500 subscribers now. I think the YouTube algorithm just takes you seriously after you hit 500, so it's just kind of growing from there, which is wonderful because the next goal is 1,000. So anything you can do to help me get there, I would really appreciate it. You can share my video with somebody else who likes this kind of content, or just make comments, like, and subscribe to my videos. Anything you do really helps my channel. So thank you all very much for being here, for watching, and it really pushes me to make more videos and keep going with this because I really enjoy doing it. So when you're watching this, I will be doing my second craft fair down in Long Beach. The first craft fair was totally different. It's different year to year. It's funny because you think, oh, this is the traffic that came last year. These are the sales that I made, so I can expect something very similar. But it's not. One thing, because it was raining the morning of the show last year, so it was nice and warm this year. And it's also very interesting the type of products that I sold. I sold a lot more lower priced items at this show last year than this year. I made all these lower priced bags like the pencil pouches and the Maya wristlets, thinking, oh, this is what people in this area want, is the lower priced items. And I wound up, I think I only sold 1 pencil pouch. So I'm really hoping people go for the pencil pouches next weekend. Well, the weekend you're watching this. And then yeah, everybody went for those $60 bags, which is great because all it takes is 1 or 2 $60 bags to make or break the show. So that really helped put money towards the bottom line to pay for the show and the time and everything else and make it feel like it was worthwhile. So that tells me, use the old noggin, that next year I can go ahead and make the handbags. I don't have to stick to the pouches and the wristlets. I will still make those because I will have fabric the size for those, but I can go ahead and feel confident making the larger handbags and knowing that people are interested in buying them. So that's really good for me to know and for me to go into next year with the planning, like the Lola bags that we're gonna make. Everybody went for the tote bags. The last 3 bags we made in the video are the 3 that sold. So we sold the Ethel handbag, we sold the Alice purse, and we sold the Clyde Bank purse that we just made last week. So it was hot off the press and it's already sold. So that's really good news. It tells me that the further we've gone through the year, the more popular that those patterns are. So yeah, that's really nice to know. It was also a nice birthday present. You know, signing up for a craft fair on your birthday, you're kind of like, that's a big commitment. And it's a lot of sweat and effort to get everything loaded in and out and to sit there all day and to be on, because I'm an introvert, believe it or not. So being on all day is really tough for me. But it's so worth it because I get to see what everybody gravitates towards. I get to have conversations with people, ideas for new bag patterns that people are interested in. And it's just nice to hear compliments about how well made my bags are and how everybody enjoys the fun, happy fabrics that I pick out. So it's just nice to know that it brings joy to people and have that one-on-one interaction with people. So I will take that into the show tomorrow and make sure that I keep that up. I was also invited to do a home boutique with one of the crafters that was at the fair. So it would just be me setting up like a table with probably the smaller pouch items and just another opportunity to sell stuff over the Veterans Day weekend. So we'll see what I have left after this show and going into that show. And maybe I'll do the additional one. And then I'll also apply for the Torrance Craftsman's Guild and see if I can get in for the spring show. Not sure how much stuff I'm gonna have made by then, but I have time to figure that out. So yeah, just great to be out there and selling stuff and know that all that hard work is being appreciated and going towards growing this dream of mine to have my own business. So I hope you have a wonderful week ahead, and I hope to see you back here next week where we'll get back to the year of bags. We've only got a few weeks left and a few more patterns, so we're gonna get to it. See you next week. Love you. Bye.